Hello and welcome to our weekly update. Today is part 2 of our measurement series. It is also November the 17th. And last time we touched on measurements of quality of software, and that was to do with our encryption. And this week we will talk to you about the costs and difference in costs between different approaches that we're going to have for our launch of our craft. So we've designed our craft, and the first one that we came up with would take us would start working from the low Earth orbit, and the weight of that craft is about 250 kilos. And Dnieper and SpaceX actually could take us to that orbit. However, we did some further investigation, and it turns out that the price of this from SpaceX would be somewhere around 6 million. And that's when we got a hint from Alexander Mikhailov, and he told us to go straight for, piggyback with someone to the geostationary orbit, and that actually resulted us to redesigning the craft. And instead of 250 kilos, it is now estimated at the weight of it would be 40 kilos. So it's a tremendous save for money and resources, right? The only setback, well, the one thing about going to the geostationary orbit, or en route to it, we actually don't have any samples, any parameters to work with. So we're just speculating, whereas from low Earth orbit we have data for that. So if you just pan to the right, this is the new redesigned craft. This is our rover, and this was the old. This was the 250. Okay, so this is our craft. That is 250 kilos, and it's going to be taken from the low Earth orbit. And this is the refined version, going from our geostationary orbit. So if you take a look at this engine here, this is used to take us from the geostationary orbit to the moon. And if we take a look a little further, what we're using a long time ago when we set out to do this project, one thing we said is we were going to throw, and this is a way of getting the public behind us, we said that we would have a hockey puck that's there's going to be a face-off on the moon, but we're actually using this puck. So we're kind of trying to stay true to our word. We're using this puck, this little green thing, as the aptitude control. So it'll be spinning one way and the craft will be spinning the other one. So slowly, once that engine comes off, then we have this form of we're slowly. These parts, these modules will come off. These will come off, and then until we're left with the brake engine. And there's a little hockey puck. The use is aptitude. It'll come off, it'll touch down onto the moon, and this will be our brake engine. So as you can tell, there's a big change, and the way we've analyzed our different routes, and for that we needed to find the right measurements. So looking into this second design, there's obviously a lot of questions that we must address in terms of the orbits. But thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll continue on this series. Take care.